Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. We're your hosts, Dominick, Dougherty, and Drew Fasy.
And we are your local guys. I'm sorry I'm having a hard time keeping it together. We should do a show of the outtakes. We should absolutely positively do a show of the outtakes.
Well, Drew, I would have to hit record to have the outtakes.
Yes, you'd have to hit record.
But, since I didn't hit record in the 10 minutes that we just talked to each other are,
lost
just us
forever.
Totally being stooges to be a fly on the wall and have those. We should set up a backup camera that's always recording. So when I do dumb shit like that, we have that too.
We should do that for sure.
But it's been a while. It's been a while, Drew. I messed up. So and now Drew's frozen. Oh, he's back. Okay. So, but anyway, it's October. It was 80 degrees today. It was beautiful. It was
beautiful.
Nice. Yes.
Waves are huge.
They are
huge.
Very excited. I got plans to get up and be out there, watch the sunrise from the water tomorrow. So that'll be pretty fun. And then start my day. So it'll be a good
way to start the day, my friend.
Never a bad way. Never a bad way. I've been taking Penny over to Dog Beach almost every morning. I never see you there.
What time are you going, Don?
Usually around 7:20, 7:30. I'm there every day. Almost. Yeah, you're just getting out of bed then. You don't have, kids to get to school or.
How long do you stay?
20 minutes, half hour.
I'll try to get over there.
Listen, I don't want to break up your sleep routine. That's, you got to get your 8 hours, Drew.
Coffee in the morning routine,
Yeah, but I do see our creative director out running often and doing stuff that time of day. So
yeah, she's the early shift with Lulu.
Nice.
I'm the second shift.
Dude, your dog gets more walks than I don't know. Than soldiers.
She's 10 to 12,000 steps a day just with me.
It's more than I take a day. So, but
hey, so I have a couple shout outs,
nice.
If I may. The first is actually not a shout out. The first is I think you and I both would like to offer our condolences to the Braun family. We lost Dale Braun last week. Dale was just, good man. He gave countless hours of his time to the PTA, the community at large, and, mostly to the kids of Ocean City. So our condolences to the Braun family.
Yes, thank you. Big loss.
Yeah. The shout out that I do have is to the Ocean City Recreation Department, as they were selected as the recipient of the New Jersey Special Olympics Outstanding Volunteer Group Award. Ocean City hosts a Special Olympic track and field meet, a swim meet. They're home to the Ocean City Stingrays, and they also hosted a unified pickleball event this year, among other things. And I know there are a lot of city people involved in these events. Christy Fenton, Lisa Roomer, and a lot of people. But I have to give a special shout out to my girl, Jackie Adams. Jackie is just an awesome human being and does great things here in Ocean City and does great things with the Special Olympics. So I wanted to give a shout out to Jackie.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do. They used to have a nice little tribute to her outside the library for kind of local Ocean City people, and she had one of them out there. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, her.
For Jackie?
Her, Charlie Bowman. There were a couple other people. I can't remember who, but those two stood out in my mind.
No kidding. As a follow up to our discussion on Charlie Bowman, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it now, that Charlie Bowman was not, in fact, born on his kitchen table. And I got that directly from a text from Charlie after he listened to the episode.
It was the dining room table. It was, you needed a little more space.
He wasn't that specific. He just said it wasn't the kitchen table.
Okay, that's good. So, but no, good shout outs.
There's my other shout out. Jen Bowman celebrated a birthday yesterday. There's a local, excuse me, I'm sorry. I have to apologize in advance. There's a native that has been involved in and helped so many people in this town. We got to give Jen a shout out. Ran the after
Got to
pump,
give Jen a shout out for sure. Drew Pros.
Yeah, I mean,
so hopefully he'll come back. The smoke signals aren't strong over there from his computer today. You're back. You're back. He's back.
Okay. So shout out to Jen Bowman, a good friend, a great person, and a highly regarded native.
Thank you for clarifying. You don't want to insult. You can't insult the natives, Drew. You should know that by now.
No, can't do that.
So, you know, a lot going on here in October in Ocean City. You know, this weekend you got the block party. I think Drew's frozen again.
Am I?
The smoke signals are just not there. If you can watch this on YouTube and get that clip of that where his face froze. Oh, it's back again. It is perfect. It sums up Drew to a T. But you got the block party.
I'm not freezing on my side, so I can't say it.
Really? Maybe it's my side. Maybe I gotta shut down a couple of the million things I have open for my day job.
Actually, I have a list. You're right. October's a busy month in Ocean City. We have October 11th to the 20th. The Ocean City Theater Company is producing Shout, the Mod musical. October 13th to the 17th is the annual OCNJ Making Strides Walk Against Breast Cancer. I'm sorry, the 13th. I say 13th, 17th. October 19th is the Porsche Boardwalk Reunion.
Sweet.
October 20th is the John Elliott Hero Walk.
Wow.
Yep. That's to raise awareness about the importance of safe and sober designated drivers and to honor and remember those who have lost a loved one to a drunken driver. So that's October 20th, 9 a.m., 1 mile fun run. 10:30 is 11 o'clock is the walk.
Cool.
October 23rd is the OC Chamber of Commerce's annual welcome night, 6 to 8 at the Civic Center. October 24th, one of the top 5 biggest nights in Ocean City. Right, Dom? You know what that is?
Halloween parade?
Halloween parade. Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
Halloween parade.
Isn't one of the oldest running Halloween parades in the country too, I believe?
You know, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to absolutely say it is. It's the oldest Halloween parade.
It's not the oldest. It's not the oldest.
In the world.
I feel like I Googled this before and you yelled at me. So.
All right. So the October 24th Halloween parade, 7:15 on Asbury Avenue.
That is,
and then October 26th is the Halloween costume skate at the Ocean City Skate Park at 5th and Asbury. Nice.
I know there's also there's a Halloween surf contest too. It's called Spooks and Kooks, and you know, a lot of the local surfers get together and they put on their wetsuits and their costumes and they go out and surf. And the entry is usually like a $15 grocery card or some canned food items to come out and, you know, that they give back to either like the food cupboard or the local pantry here in Ocean City. So there's
awesome.
there's definitely posters up around town in different restaurants and stores. So if you're into surfing or you want to come out and try surfing in a Halloween costume, Spooks and Kooks, check that out. So
that's good stuff, Dom. I didn't have that on my list, and that's I love where that's going with the food pantry.
Yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
No, it went away for a little while and it came back. There used to be they used to do a turkey trot surf contest, and there was a bunch of there's like a whole Ocean City Surfing Association that was pretty active. I don't know what happened to it. If anybody does know what happened to it, aka Charlie Bowman, let me know and see what we can do here.
Yeah.
Like to get that going again.
So 2 more things, October 26th and 27th. Brace yourself for this one, Dom. Dog Days Leashed. Leash dogs will be permitted on the Ocean City, New Jersey boardwalk from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m.
5 p.m. you mean?
October 20th. No. 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. I think they're keeping them off because of the runners in the morning.
Okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
2 days. And then October 26th is the Halloween parade hosted by the Humane Society. The parade begins at 3, and it goes from 6 to 14th Street on the boardwalk.
Now, will Lulu wear a costume?
Well, we don't take Lulu. She doesn't. Too much commotion. She doesn't like all that stuff going on. But yes, Lulu will have a costume for Halloween. You know my wife.
Listen,
of course, Lulu will have a costume, and it can't be one that she's worn before. That would be insanity. She has to get a new costume every year.
Well, Penny won't wear a costume. Like she's not a clothes wearing dog. No,
I'm not saying that Lulu's happy about wearing it. I'm saying that my wife wants her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you think? I know last year we were pushing it, getting into walking, marching Halloween parade as Junior Raiders. Do you think we'll get to do it this year?
That hasn't even come up, has it?
No. I had a whole strategy wired for Candy this year. So hopefully we do, because I finally got it figured out. Because you bring all this candy. Oh yeah, did you start that parade with probably 20 to 30 pounds of candy, and it's all gone by the time you get to 7th Street, like in 2 blocks.
Right.
It's totally gone.
Right.
So you got to have designated kids for each block, because I find that it goes so fast, because the kids see all their friends and they're like, oh yeah, here's the candy, and then they'll see the next one like, oh, so those kids from 7th from 5th Street or 6th Street to 8th Street, they get 20 pounds of candy, and then you're walking the rest of the parade and all the kids are looking at you, and I'm like, dude, I don't have any candy. I gave it all away back here because we kids were triple dipping, not their fault. Not their fault at all. It's just everyone's excited. So you got to assign kids streets, ration out the candy. Last year I thought I had it hooked up. I was like, all right, this is the before 9th Street candy. This is the after 9th Street candy, but we didn't make it that far. So, the third time in the parade will be the charm for me. But we'll see. We'll see if we get the go ahead, the green light there. We'll see.
We'll see.
Some sad things happening. Ron John closed this weekend. I went and got my Ron John shirt, my Ron John Ocean City shirt, just so I could have one. It's they didn't have much left when I went in there. I went in there on the 5th. It closed on the 6th. Needless to say, I got a size 4X shirt. And Corinne today, she goes, why are you wearing that shirt? I said, what do you mean? She goes, it looks like it was donated to a homeless person. I go, oh, you mean it looks like I gave up on life? She's like, yeah, pretty much. Why are you wearing that shirt? So, because I got to wrap you.
I think that Ron John closing says a little bit about Ocean City, right? We have Domino's, we have Starbucks, and we have McDonald's. And they are the only chains that we have, right?
That's it.
Everything else, every other business.
No, we have Cinnabon, we have Annie Ann's, Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. Where do we have Ben and Jerry's?
There's a Ben and Jerry's on the boardwalk. There used to be, at least. Yeah.
I don't believe there's a Ben and Jerry's on the boardwalk.
I'll I'm telling you, there was at one point a Ben and Jerry's on the boardwalk.
Okay. Cinnabon, is that a franchise?
Hell, that is a chain and a half, dude. There's one everywhere. Ben and Jerry's, Ocean City.
Dude, are you really Googling right now?
1078.
Really Googling
1070
right now?
1078 boardwalk, buddy. It's
All right,
there.
so Ben and Jerry's, Cinnabon, and what was the other one you mentioned?
Annie Ann's.
Annie
Pretzels.
Ann's. All right, so there are six regional or national businesses.
Corporate store, like large corporate store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest, every other business in Ocean City is a well, aside from banks and the lone gas station we have, are local mom and pops.
You can't forget about the Acme. The Acme's, those are, but we get your point, Drew. The majority of the stores and things here in Ocean City are mom and pop, agencies, and these big corporate.
Ron John closing after
3 years,
not much more than a year, right?
3 years.
They were open for 3 years.
Yeah, dude.
3 years, were they?
Yes.
Wow.
Did you not read? Yeah, for 3 years.
Life goes so darn fast, man.
Well, that's like,
Anyway, the fact that they close, I think, says something about what people want when they come to Ocean City, right?
Oh,
they want Heritage, they want 7th Street, they want Mango, they want Dots Donuts, they want Mound Sticky Buns. They want their traditional generational stores. They want Wonderland Pier. They want to save the Ferris wheel. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone there. I did.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, because that's where I was going next anyway. This is the last weekend. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
You know what? I found a use for my tickets. My screen is a little crooked here, so I take my tickets that I have left over right here. I fold them up. I put them right under the side of my computer. Bam! Now it's nice and level.
Perfect, man. That's plumb and level.
That's it, baby. That's it.
They have to stay there forever.
Well, they never expire, so they should be good. They never expire.
They never expire.
But hey, man, no. Best
where did you get those? Did you purchase them?
I was walking down the street, and somebody had stuffed them in a fence, like on the basketball courts right there, like right by Wonderland. I was like, oh, I'll take these.
Really?
Until I have them. Yeah. Like somebody, they were obviously there for a while. They're pretty like sun faded, and
I have a stack of things here that are like gift cards and coupons and whatever. And I believe I have Wonderland tickets in there.
Oh, I'll take them. Listen.
Yeah, you want them?
Yeah, we'll talk about this.
I think I do. I think I have them in there.
We'll talk about this offline.
The Jay and Michelle Gillian traditionally give Wonderland tickets if you go trick-or-treating at their house.
Yeah.
And as you know, they were neighbors of mine for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And so, we would hit their house and
get some tickets.
And get some tickets. And I don't know, I stuck them in my pile here. I think I still have them. If you'd like.
I will take them. I will take them.
Okay.
So
they were very generous. They always were very generous. I have to give them that.
Yeah, no, they.
Oh yes, what is it? Sunday, Dom, or Saturday?
The 13th. So that is that's Sunday.
That's Sunday. So they'll be open until Sunday the 13th.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then
I have to say, I had a conversation with somebody today, and if you think about So Wonderland made the announcement in August, correct? That
Correct.
they would be closing down in October. The owner of the property, Eustace Mita, within a week or 2 weeks, because I guess he was getting, I'm sure he was getting pressed on what he was going to do, said he wanted 6 months to figure out what his next steps were. I don't know. It just me, just my personal opinion. I think that's bullshit. I'm guessing he had to know Wonderland was closing. I'm sure he's had a plan, right? Why does he need 6 months? Okay, so 6 months puts us around February-ish, right? My point is that we all have to prepare ourselves that Wonderland is going to be dark next summer. It's just going to be dark. Nothing is going to happen. He's not reopening. He's not starting construction of anything. Wonderland Pier for the summer of 2025 is going to be dark. So let's just it's kind of a odd image, but Wonderland's going to be dark for 2025.
We don't know that, Drew. We don't know that.
Dom, how could it be otherwise? Give me a scenario where it's not.
So my scenario would be this. While the city and, Drew, the obvious scenario is that the grassroots efforts to save Wonderland will be successful. And they will raise
I'm
the
serious.
millions.
Wonderland,
I'm being serious, Drew. They are going to raise
dark.
the millions of dollars needed to save the Wonderland. The millions of dollars.
No, seriously,
needed.
Dom. Wonderland's going to be
in all seriousness, this is what I if I was Eustace Mita, and this is what I would do. I would approach Scott Simpson, and I would say, "Hey, listen, I don't have any experience running this stuff. I don't have time to get this. I still have some hoops I have to jump through. What do I have to do, or how can we come up with some sort of mutual agreement here where you run and operate this as Wonderland, or as Playland South, or whatever? Because I don't know if what would the legal aspects of operating as Wonderland would be, since it's technically Jay's business. It's Eustace's property, so I don't think Scott wants to buy Wonderland from him. It doesn't make sense. So you just go to the established business in town and say, "Hey, look, how can we figure something out here so that we can both do all right and we can keep this going for the community until I can get what I want?" That would be what I would do if I was Eustace. That's just me thinking, because it can't sit dark. I agree with you that it's most likely probably going to be dark.
Repeat my original statement that we have to prepare ourselves that Wonderland Pier is going to be dark for the summer of 2025.
Drew, man, there's a GoFundMe already, dude. It's practically saved.
Hey, Dom, really, even if Scott Simpson, who's a great guy, even if Scott Simpson was willing to do that for the community, right? And he does a lot for the community. So even if he was willing to do that, the amount of money that would have to go into that, and the period of time that it would, the limited period of time that it would take to get the park in condition to be open again, it's just not possible. So I'm just throwing it out there. Prepare yourself. Wonderland's going to be dark for 2025.
Listen, if you throw enough money at anything, Drew, you can solve a problem. Because any problem you can solve with money isn't really a problem. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope it's not dark. I do have a good, I do
A lot of people
think
hope
that
it's not dark, but I think we have
do
to
think
prepare
that you're
ourselves
right.
for that.
And we've talked about this ad nauseum on this podcast, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna end it there.
Yeah.
And let's get into what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The
Shout out to my wife. She has been telling us to cover this
you
for
are
6 months,
really
Tom.
practicing. You are really practicing family harmony lately, Drew. I'm proud of you.
Promoting, not practicing, promoting family harmony.
Promoting family harmony.
So you think this has been my wife's idea, so I had to put that out there. So you think about it, we have a Sindia restaurant, a boardwalk pavilion, Sindia hotel.
There used to be, yeah. Isn't the restaurant and the hotel connected?
Oh, were they one and the same? Yeah. You're right.
I think so.
Sindia restaurant and hotel, a boardwalk pavilion bearing the ship's name, and a Sindia road. So
really,
down here in the gardens, man. So the Sindia is a big deal in Ocean City. The Sindia was a sailing ship built by Harlan and Wolff, the builders of the Titanic. So right there, they're 0 for 2. Just saying. It was built in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and originally launched in 1887. At 329 feet, she was the largest steel-hulled four-masted sailing vessel in history and the largest cargo ship in existence at the time. And here's something little known. The ship was owned by John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil Company.
No, it was owned by Agro American Oil, I thought.
Yeah. No, Standard Oil. Standard Oil. Yep. She sailed between. Yes, I'm positive. Because that's part of the.
What Google told you?
No, that's part of the mystery.
Yes, it was technically owned by the Anglo American Oil Company, which is a subsidiary of Standard Oil.
Okay,
so
I stand corrected, Dom. Yep.
See, you Googled, and I did not Google this. I went next level on you, Drew.
I didn't Google. No, sir. I did
not Google either. Where did you go?
That for a heartbeat.
I did not Google, Drew. I artificial intelligence this bitch.
Oh, see, that's why you were incorrect.
No, I am correct. I was actually more detailed in my answer than you. You just went for the parent company. I went for the subsidiary. So
anyway. The Sindia sailed between New York, China, and Japan, bringing back high demand items from Asia. On December 15th, 1901, she was returning from Asia carrying a supposed cargo of manganese ore from China and jade, silk, ceramics, and porcelain from Japan. They ran into some rough seas off New Jersey. The hull began to leak and take on water. The captain, Captain Mackenzie, ran the ship aground to save her on the beaches of Ocean City. Rescuers who, at the time, I forget the term, the head of our rescue operations here on the island was named Corson. So that name is familiar in Ocean City, Corson's Inlet, and lots of other Corsons. Yeah. Anyway, they were unable to free her, but they were able to row out to the ship and bring most of the crew members back to shore. The captain and 6 other crew members stayed on board to watch over the cargo. which kind of adds to the mystery of what was on board. The Rockefeller sent a crew to remove items of value from the ship. However, this crew left a lot of valuable items like jade, silk, and ceramics and porcelain, which raised questions about what was actually taken from the Sindia by Rockefeller's men. Some believe as much as 20 tons of silver coins were taken by Rockefeller's men. So let's get back to the size of the ship. So at 329 feet,
How are you going to go? How are you going to go from treasure to facts about how long the ship is?
Wait, I'm going to go back to that. I'll get back to that. Think about it.
Why are you jumping all around here?
What's that?
Oh, are you trying the buoyancy and the leaders of the ship here? All right, I see.
Yeah, making a point.
I thought you were going back to
329 feet is a football field, including an end zone, right?
Okay.
So what is the beam of that ship? That's a big ship. Yeah. So it had the ability to carry, 20 tons of silver. And silver coins are still being found, especially when they dredge on the beach from time to time, not often, but there have been silver coins found. So rumors persist that Rockefeller arranged this accident in order to recover the silver, and that Captain Mackenzie purposely grounded the ship. There's no evidence, but still a mystery involved.
So the ship, Rockefeller recovers it and then probably doesn't have to pay like import tax and all that other stuff on it.
And I'm sure the ship is insured, so he gets the insurance money, right? I mean, it's you're right. It's free money. 20 tons of silver.
Hey, listen.
And
this isn't
soon after that, he invested in oil fields in Texas. And that's really where, that's where he built his empire, right? In oil.
So I have a buddy who's a modern day pirate, and he claims that there was a lot of golden Buddhist artifacts on there, and including like a large golden Buddha statue that sank. That was one of these items that was allegedly recovered by Rockefeller. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And it's not the first time I've heard a theory around a ship built by that same company that was intentionally sank to benefit the pockets of J.D. Rockefeller and many other people. So that's interesting. Very interesting.
There's lots of rumors that have abounded for, a long time, almost 125.
And another one of the things
it'll be 124 years in December.
One of the other things that I see was potentially on there was opium and contraband. And that despite Ocean City having the dry island, it was definitely a port for bootleggers and other people and rum runners back in the day. So, that's an interesting. Let's see. So one of the things I asked, why, one of the things I noticed that they said that kind of impeded the salvage efforts was that even though this sank on a sandbar, it was, we all know in Ocean City that no matter how much we dredge, no matter how much we do, that the sand is constantly shifting out there. And that was one of the other reasons, too, that they were unable to go out and really get all of the cargo off of the Sindia. It seems that they are also claiming like environmental protection and other things like that around Ocean City. But when I was a kid, I remember walking down the beach and you could see it. It was still there,
It was, so the Sindia settled about 150 feet off the current or off the then shoreline between
Yeah.
16th and 17th Street.
Yep.
And at the time, the sails were still on the masts, and they were for weeks and months were blowing in the wind and were very noisy. Apparently, it was a four-masted ship,
Yeah, it's a
and
big ship.
yeah, and they remained visible, or part of the ship remained visible, I should say, uh, as late as the 1980s. So
Yeah,
I mean, I remember as a kid, you could see the Sindia.
yeah, I remember seeing it too.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was probably, I would say, the late 80s, maybe even early 90s that it was still there. Because I remember seeing it and being like, "Yo, that's creepy."
yeah,
Um, just there's
yeah.
just big ships sitting there. Uh, it's funny
Close. I mean,
because,
it was close to the
yeah,
beach.
I
Yeah,
mean, 150 feet is not far at all, especially for something that's 300 feet long. So,
right, right.
you know, um,
So now the hole is buried in sand, and the rest of it kind of broke apart and is no longer visible.
I remember the rumor that after Sandy, that it was visible. People said they claimed they saw it again after
Yes,
Sandy. I
yes.
remember
Yeah, I
that, and they were
remember
like,
that.
"Oh, it was back. You could see it." And I'm like, if anything, it would have more sand on there, but whatever.
No, it was visible, and the treasure came ashore. I have sitting behind me. Can you see it? I have a
The giant
golden
golden Buddha.
Buddha. Yeah, I have a golden Buddha
Hey
in the
man,
corner of
that's
my office.
listen. The person that told me that is definitely a treasure hunter. So they
A
they're very
modern
reputable. So
pirate, you called him, right?
he is. He is. If he listened, he would know exactly who he is. He's a modern pirate. I do not divulge my sources here, but he definitely knows a lot about pirates and the history of pirating around the world, particularly Sir Francis Drake. But um, he's the one that told me that the ship was full of treasures, like many, many ancient golden Buddhist artifacts, along with this large golden Buddha statue that was allegedly taken from the ship when it was salvaged. Things that were like,
Yep.
had things that, weren't just valuable, but had historical significance to those cultures in the area, not just
Well, and
items of
keep in
value.
mind that, what was it, what was the war going on in China at the time? Um,
I don't know
what
enough
was
about
that?
Chinese.
It's not coming
I
to me.
I can't Google, so um, I'm just stuck. I didn't even know there was a war going on in China in 1900. So
Yeah. Uh, it's going to come to me 42 minutes after we end the podcast.
42 minutes.
Yeah, you're going to Google
The Boxer Rebellion was one
the
of them.
Boxer Rebellion. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
That was,
So that was part of the whole rumor mill, that they were smuggling all these goods out of China during that turmoil.
it sounds like something JD Rockefeller would do. Not that I know the man,
Absolutely.
but it
Absolutely.
definitely sounds like something he would do. So, and it's funny, it says the large. No, this is something different. The Boxer Protocol and the Treaty of 1901 signed Chinchilla.
That's why we don't Google.
So no, it's just talking about so this is interesting actually, because it talks about the Boxer Protocol, known as the Treaty of 1901, was signed between China and the foreign powers, right? And this was on September 7th, 1901, that this was signed. A large indemnity, just a couple months before, and this was to be paid. These treaties served as penalties on the Qing dynasty of China, included a large indemnity of 450 million taels of silver to be paid to foreign powers over the next 39 years. So all of a sudden, you have all of the silver allegedly on this ship that was just in one of these ports coming over here and sinking.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So that's
I'd like to find one of
interesting.
those silver coins, Dom.
Oh yeah.
That'd be, yeah, just to have and to hold.
Yeah, I was.
So it was the U.S. life-saving station at the time at 4th Street on the beach. Now, it's not on the beach now; it's on Atlantic Avenue, but it was it was on the beach at the time, and they led the rescue efforts under one of the Corsons. I don't know his first name offhand, but it was one of the Corsons who were kind of founders, if you will, of Cape May County. There are the Corson name is all over Cape May County.
No, and you got that big in it. So it's a towel. I was not a teal. It's a towel. It's about 37 grams. So a little bit over a pound, like a pound and a half.
Wow.
So
Okay, hey Dom, time to close Google.
I'm not Googling, Drew. I'm ChatGPT, and that's going to change the world.
Worse. That's worse.
It's not, because it's actually way better, because you get like so there's actually one guy. It's the weight of pure silver. Okay, so like the towel, it's not actually a weight. It's
hey Dom, I've kind of lost interest. I've lost interest. While you're reading AI chat GBT, I've lost interest. I'm sure our audience.
Listen, they probably lost interest 40 minutes ago, because we're 42 minutes into this.
The history of the Sindia, and who knows, maybe a storm in the future uncovers it again. Could be. Speaking of storms, why don't we end with this? So huge storm, huge hype on Hurricane Milton bearing down on Tampa Bay, going to hit Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I did see some good news, if you will. The storm is currently a Cat 5 with sustained winds of 180 miles an hour. However, the Weather Channel already, Cat 5.
It was Cat 3 earlier this morning.
It went from 60 mile an hour sustained to 180 mile an hour sustained in under 24 hours. However, Dom, stay with me, buddy.
I'm listening. I can type and talk.
The good news is they're predicting that the storm will be down to a Category 3 when it hits Tampa Bay. So, or the Tampa Bay area, depending upon where it hits. So let's hope that's the case.
Storm surges of like 9 and 10 feet. Like,
they upgraded it at one point to 15 feet of storm surge.
Because,
wow.
Now, that's crazy.
How much of that is hype? How much of that is...
I think it's odd too, because the hurricanes usually are more in the Atlantic this time of the year than they are in the Gulf. Like, the Gulf seems to be more active in the beginning of the season, and the Atlantic seems to be more active towards the end of the season. So it's kind of, odd, I think, to have all these two storms in the Gulf. And like, if we're talking about this, you can't, you got to also keep praying for the people down in North Carolina who, if Drew, I signed up for TikTok just so I could get like real, looks as to what was going on there. And there are towns that are completely just gone. Like, the river upped and just washed them down the river. And some of the things, if you get some of the firsthand accounts coming out of there that you can get on some of these sites from these people, it's pretty wild what the government is not doing there and what they are doing there. So,
and you're absolutely right. And what you see on non-mainstream media is absolutely not what you're seeing on mainstream media.
No, I mean,
hate to say that, but that's the fact. And we're under a month from the presidential election, and not that I want to get into politics at all, but it's just a shame that the media is not being honest and truthful with what's happening down there.
They're offering these families that have nothing a one-time payment of $750. And you got to apply for it. You got to apply to get it. $750.
Yeah, you have to apply after having your town devastated and you don't have internet, right?
Yeah, one-time payment, $750. Yeah. They're allegedly turning supply trucks away. I did see one woman say, like, yo, look, we're turning them away because we don't have anywhere to put this stuff right now. Like, we appreciate everything you're doing. We're going to need you in like a month, not right now. Like, come back later because we're still going to need you. We can't keep stuff out in the open because people are looting now because there's nothing. I've heard where
it just sounds like an epic failure on the part of FEMA, right?
It sounds like Mad Max, dude. Like,
yeah,
bulldozing towns. We're like, I've heard, reports with one woman saying she's like, they told us they're just bulldozing the town and to leave because the government owns it all now. You're done. Just go find somewhere else to live. Like, bulldozing the towns with people in them.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, apparently that area is the third largest lithium deposit in the world.
Boom.
So
first I'm hearing that.
Really? You didn't hear that one yet? No, it's the third largest. It's the third largest lithium reserve in the world. There's a mining company that's looking to expand its efforts in the area, and they've already signed a deal with Tesla. But they've been meeting, obviously some resistance from the locals to expand their operations. There's also a very large quartz reserve there too, and quartz is
fast.
Quartz is a very big factor in AI processing and AI chips. So,
I think we should bulldoze that town on top of the quartz then and get rid of that AI. That's my opinion. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because obviously these storms are massive. They're wreaking havoc, and
shout pray for those people.
All involved. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, having gone through it, not nearly to the level of what's going on in North Carolina. Some of us did experience that though here in Ocean City. So, we get it.
That's another event coming up, is the 12th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. Yeah. That seems like a lifetime ago to me.
Yeah, me too.
It really does.
That was right before Ben. It was on Halloween, wasn't it? It was right around Halloween.
It was, I think it was the 29th.
Yeah. So we'll have to do one about Hurricane Sandy. That'll be fun.
There you go.
Episode. There we go.
Man, I could. That'll be a 7-hour show, Dom.
Well, maybe we'll do 2 parts then, because we already lost people a long time ago. So
yeah,
let's let them go, and I want to go to bed too because the waves are calling in the morning. So thanks everyone for tuning in.
All right,
we appreciate your time. If you got any good facts about this, Sindia, please let us know. This has been the OCNJ.
Dougherty, guys.
Drew Fasy. Peace out.
We are local guys. Peace out.